We have a brand new, or near enough brand new GPX5000 detector here. It hasn't been touched. It still has the factory seal on the bottom. And we're just going to do some tests with a standard detector. And we're going to set the factory default. We're going to connect it, what's already connected, to this crossover mono type coil. And we have a ruler here, which will give us an indication of relative depths on various targets. So first of all, we'll turn this detector on and I'll reset it to factory default. Okay, the detector is in factory default. On the front, it's in fixed tracking, mono, normal, and deep. Apart from that, we'll let it do a bit of a tune, just so we can get the lowest noise part of the spectrum to do the tests. We'll be using about, I think it's around a 0.1 piece of gold. So I use this as my standard test now. Piece of alloy, which represents about 60 grams of gold actually. And as you can tell, we've got a bit of a noise issue here. So what I might do is actually turn the gain down on the detector, and I'll reset the gain after we've done the modifications as well. So we'll see what we can get down to as a fair number. Okay, RX gain is 12. Okay, we'll try it on 5. It's okay. You can see that. We have the sensitivity set to 5. Okay, small piece of gold, 0.1 of a gram. Let's see how far we can get it on the ruler in the middle. I'm going to have to get down to look at this to get the accuracy. According to this, I don't know if you'd even call that much of a signal, but it's repeatable. 2 centimeters. Okay, a bit more lively on this one. Okay, this is equivalent to 60 grams of gold. And we'll go down the middle. That's repeatable there. About 18 and a half. 19 is a bit wishy-washy. 18. 18 and a half. 18 and a half. For that. Well, the GPX 5000 has had the upgrades done to it. We haven't done the variable gain modification to the detector. We've only done the variable frequency modification to the detector. This will give you an idea what the variable frequency does just by itself. Anyway, I'll turn the detector on and I'll put into factory default. Okay, the detector's working. Now, we have to put the gain on 5 because that's what we did last time. Gain is on 5. Okay. The other thing we want to do is, because we've done a modification to the detector, the settings here. Oops, put it back on 5. I turned the wrong one. Okay. 5. Well, we'll leave the response inverted. That's where it was before. 5. Slow, deep. Okay. Manual tuning. This is now not manual tuning. This is variable frequency. So let's take it. Okay. 255 on this detector. Here is our small piece of gold at a 0.1. Okay, let's see how far we can get. Oops. Okay, I'll say safe 6 centimeters. Well, that small piece of gold can now be detected easy at 6 centimeters above the coil, whereas the normal standard detector could only get it at 2 centimeters. So, you know, you could say all sorts of things about detectors. Oh, it's 10% better, or it's 20% better, or you can look at that and say it's 200% better. But it just gives you an idea that you can just do a few things to these detectors, and you could do the same thing to a GP detector as well. The reason being, we're running normal timings. We're not using fine gold, we're not using enhanced, it's normal timings. So you could do the same thing to an old GP Extreme. Okay, now we have the big one here. Well, actually it's not that big. It's equivalent to 60 grams. Now, what did we get it at before? I can't remember. Well, there we go. We're over the top of the ruler. Oh, near enough. Up the top of the ruler here. It's repeatable, but beforehand I think it was 21. The still getting it. 24, 25, 26, 27. Now the biggest test of all, will it ground balance? Got the big tub of Kalgoorlie hot rocks and iron granules that come from Stall. This stuff is red hot. It is basically like a big tub of iron, and it is heavy. So what I'll do, I'll put this into tracking, if I can see. Okay, in the tracking. Oops. I think it's in slow track. I'll give it another quick flick. Fast tracking. It's basically pretty close. I don't think you could probably track that out. It's just like iron. The other thing we got here, we've got the banded ironstone. It's got a complete different decay curve. Okay, let's track that out. This is extremely hard stuff to track out. This comes from Colorado in the USA, and I have some of these very reactive basalt which comes from Nevada, USA. But it must be on the same decay curve as the banded ironstone. It's not registering it. So there you go. I'll give you an idea of pulse length to target size. At the moment this is set up for small gold. Okay, now let's try something. I've got a Duracell battery here. Pretty hefty sort of a target, I suppose, but I've got a choice of this or big tin can, so we'll use this. This would be a nice slug of gold. It would probably be around about, if it was that big, I don't know, what, 15, 20 ounces or so, but anyway. Okay, can we detect it with the detector set up for small gold? I'm going to give you a demonstration of how to set the detector up and how it's set up to what it actually gets. Now remember, the detector is in normal mode. It's on a gain of 5, and at the moment it's very, very good on small gold. It's a lot better than the 2 centimeters we were getting before with a standard detector. Now we're going to try a D-size battery. I was looking for something which I could use as a test target, but this is good, probably equivalent to a 15 or 20 ounce nugget. Anyway, I'll give you an idea of what it's like if you've got the detector set up to get all these tiny gold, tiny gold like what the SDC2300 would get. So there's a bit of a warble there, but if we go across, it's actually coming in just under level with the ruler. And over the top of the ruler, nothing. Now, let's go into the low frequency mode. Now this is... Okay, gone from 255 down to 0. Okay, Duracell battery. As you can see, there is a substantial increase in depth. So if you're looking for big gold, this is making a huge difference. Now, what are we getting out of it? Get it from there to there. I don't know. What do you think? 40%? If I do it slowly, I can probably get a lot more. Well, that's a good distance above the ruler. It's probably another 10 centimeters. So that's quite significant. So we can prove with a very small change to the detector, a standard detector, we can set it up to do very, very, very small gold. And you know, there's absolutely crumbs here. I mean, there's something here which is, I don't know, it's got a rock connected to it. But if we went down to small gold mode, you can actually still detect it in the deep gold settings. I'm quite surprised. So we'll go into the small gold settings again. about the noise, but it's just the way it works. I've got it running through an amplifier so you can hear it on the camcorder. So anyway, a small little bit of... There you go, that gives you an idea. You're watching it knock that over. Where are we? Probably 7. Not doing too bad on that. It's a very, very small bit of gold. Yeah. So with these upgrades, well, this is the newest upgrade we're doing, and when we add the proper front end input variable gain, it makes a huge difference to how these detectors work. The depth increase is outstanding. And this has got the gain turned down as well, by the way. So what more can I say? You know, with this setup, you put it on the long pulse, gives a bit more receiver off time. You can use a very, very big coil on very hot ground, and you can actually crank the gain up, where beforehand you'd probably have to crank the gain down. So it's very versatile, and I would say this type of modification will open up the goldfields. Really, it will open up the goldfields. You've got one detector that'll do everything. Anyway, that's enough. I better finish this detector off and ship it to the customer.